I still remember that sound, the whir of the CD-ROM spinning up, the faint crackle from the speakers, and that little jolt of excitement when the screen finally said, "Press any key to start." That was 1999. And somehow, I'm still chasing that same feeling. Because once you felt that magic, you never forget it. Back then, PC gaming felt like a secret world. You'd spend hours installing a game from 5 discs, praying it wouldn't crash on disc 4. And when it finally worked, it felt like you'd just performed magic. We didn't have instant patches or auto updates. We had demo CDs from magazines, shareware versions that stopped after level 2, and that one friend who swore he could fix your game and you lent him the box. Everything was a little broken, a little weird, but alive. The glow of the CRT monitor at 2 a.m., the smell of warm electronics, the hum of a beige tower. It wasn't just gaming, it was an atmosphere. You didn't just play the game, you lived in it. My very first computer wasn't really mine. It was the family PC, one of those legendary Aldi computers that every household in Germany seemed to have in the late 90s. And the funny thing is, we didn't buy it in some fancy electronics store. No, we bought it while grocery shopping. Only in Germany could you pick up a computer next to your groceries. That was such a German thing back then. You'd go out for bread, milk, maybe some coffee, and come home with a Pentium 1 PC, a big beige tower, a CRT monitor the size of a small TV, and speakers that made this gentle hiss when you turned them on, all neatly packed in boxes that somehow fit into the shopping cart right next to the orange juice. It stood proudly in my parents' bedroom, between the wardrobe and the ironing board, the most high-tech object in the entire apartment. And of course, it wasn't exactly my computer. It was the family one, which meant every game session began with negotiation. Just half an hour, please. And somehow, half an hour always turned into 2. The room was warm, the chair too tall, and someone was always trying to sleep just when things got exciting. But none of that mattered. Because when that monitor flickered to life and the hard drive made its little grr-click rhythm, it felt like stepping into another universe, soft, glowing, a little bit magical. It came with Windows 95, later 98, and a handful of strange programs, some productivity stuff no one ever opened, and a few little gems, Minesweeper, Paint, maybe Lemmings from a magazine CD. That's how it all started, sitting quietly in that bedroom, headphones on, completely lost in a pixel world that felt infinite. That machine wasn't just a computer. It was a time machine, our shared window into a new era. And even today, when I hear the gentle hum of a fan or see a flicker of a CRT glow, I'm right back there again. The kid who just wanted 5 more minutes before someone turned off the light. Looking back, that's where it all began, on that family PC in my parents' bedroom. That's where I learned that games weren't just something you played. They were something you felt, something that pulled you in completely. Every click, every loading screen, every sound became part of a ritual. It wasn't instant or effortless, and maybe that's what made it so special. Because in those days, every new game felt like a small adventure before the adventure. Installing it, troubleshooting it, begging for more playtime, it all built up the anticipation. You didn't just get a game, you earned it. And somehow, that made every victory feel personal. And that feeling never really left me. And that's what I miss the most. How every game felt like a discovery. How even the bad ones had personality. We didn't scroll through endless libraries. We earned our games. We traded CDs, downloaded shareware at 5 kilobytes per second, and stayed up all night just to see the next level. That era taught me to be patient, to stay curious, and to love every frame that somehow didn't lag. And it's funny, even with ray tracing and SSDs today, I still feel that same spark when a game starts to load. That little heartbeat of here we go again. And maybe that's why I'll never stop PC gaming like it's 1999. Because that spark, that excitement that started on that old family computer, it never really went away. Even now, decades later, even now, My heart still does that tiny skip when a game boots up, when the screen fades from black, when the sound card hums to life. Sometimes I'll dig out those same old titles: Age of Empires 2, RollerCoaster Tycoon, Monkey Island, and it's like no time has passed at all. The graphics may have aged, but the feeling? It never has. Every click, every tune, every pixel, it brings me right back to that warm CRT glow in my parents' room. And honestly, I wouldn't trade that for anything. Because that's what PC gaming was and still is to me. A little bit of chaos, a little bit of wonder, and a whole lot of heart. So yeah, the hardware changed, the screens got thinner, and the downloads got faster. But that kid inside me, she's still sitting in that bedroom, waiting for Windows to boot, ready to play, like it's 1999.